that we're live. Then I'll be good to go.
Did you realize that on our last one, like when we first went live, we were talking about shrooms for like probably 20, 30 seconds?
No.
It's pretty funny. Wyatt told me that he like went and listened.
Oh, I got to hoop for the first time today in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Warm
I
ups.
haven't played in forever.
Warm ups I did terrible. Then we did 5-on-5. My number got called twice. Hit me 2 big threes. My number was called, man. Had to get it done. During the pregame, I was ass. I could buy a bucket.
I haven't played in a while since like the first couple weeks I got here. I played a couple of times. It's been a while. They beat Virginia by 8. How pathetic is that?
That is pathetic. Hey, Navy's. I love going to Navy basketball games.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean they're good.
Whatever. All right.
Did you see Ohio? Oh, never mind. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we might as well talk about it.
Oh, my bad.
All right, let's get started. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right, started. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hello.
The hell just happened?
I missed the intro. I wasn't paying attention. All right, let me. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty well, Chris. It's a start of the college basketball season. It's happening right now. We both just went to our games. I'm back. I'm ready. I am the student section of South Carolina, so I'm back. My full-time job is back.
Are you back to number one fan?
I am. I got a hug. So today they do the Jersey Mike Jersey cam, and the guys announcing it. I'm courtside pretty much, so I'm looking at the guy say like, oh, here it is. And I'm like screaming my butt off. And Cocky's right there, our mascot, if you are unaware. And he's looking at me and he's like, get it. Like he literally, the guy who announced the Jersey, like right now we're going to do the Jersey Mike fan of the game. He literally 2 seconds later was like, all right, get the cameras on this kid. I was screaming my butt off and they didn't put me on. I didn't win.
Oh, no.
So, I'm 0-1 for the Jersey Mike cam, but Cocky gave me a hug afterwards because he
That's
felt
a shame.
bad. So,
do you still have a good relationship with Cocky?
I don't know if he's the same. I don't know if he's the same Cocky, but I'm building my relationship very quickly.
Yeah,
I'm starting to become a fan favorite very quickly.
I have the opposite relationship with Testudo. We don't really like him. Well, we think he's a little pervy.
Oh.
Like the way that he goes around and touches people is a little. And I've never liked mascots except for the Philly Fanatic. I think that they're just and G-Wiz. I will always love G-Wiz.
And Gritty.
But yeah, I guess Gritty. But I've never seen Gritty in person. But like I was always scared of Louis, the Bay Sox mascot.
I'd be scared to
and
see.
Testudo for some reason just gives me the same vibes that Louis gave me, so I don't like him that much.
Eesh.
And he came into our row, and he touched me.
Oh, rough.
I was like, all right.
Testudo.
We were like, come on, Testudo, let's move along.
Oh, that's rough look. I mean,
I don't want to call him out because, like,
yeah, I think he just kind
not
of
true.
did.
And that's just the way that I see it.
Call him out.
I guess I did, yeah.
Yeah, you
So
just put him on blast. Well, not everyone can have the greatest mascot of all time, Cocky the Gamecock. So, I,
I mean, I could just be paranoid thinking that my mascot's a pervert, but I think that's probably the case.
I desperately would love to be Cocky. Desperately. I feel like it would be so much fun. I'd get the people.
You would, I think you
going.
would be good at it.
The only issue is I just want to yap my mouth the whole time.
Right, yeah.
That would be the only issue.
Yeah, you can't really cheer.
No, and I would, man, so courtside pretty much. Besides the people who actually pay for courtside tickets are right in front of us. So it's like the first half there was a dad and a little kid, and then the second half for some reason it switched to a different dad and a little kid. So for the first time in a long time, I went like 2 hours yelling at people without cursing whatsoever. It was pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie, but I held myself to it.
That's good for you.
As someone who I feel like is addicted to cursing, I cannot keep it out of my mouth. I'm proud of myself.
Our student section is not as courteous.
Other people's weren't. Someone stood up and said something like in our student section. Someone, will you effing sit down, man? I was like, what the heck? Our student section stinks. South Carolina, really? I'm putting them on blast because I'm out there, I'm cheering, I'm screaming my butt off, and I'm like, me and my roommate are like the only two people standing the whole game.
Really? Almost everyone stands in our student section.
I mean, of course they do. You actually have like an actual basketball school. I'm out there sitting there screaming, doing like yelling at the refs, yelling at the players, and we're right there. The players heard me. I called one of them too small, and he looked back at me. It's kind of funny. And
there's a chubby white guy with like kind of poofy hair on the other team that we just abused. What happened?
No, nothing like major oops. I just if you're watching the live stream, you just saw me move around the whole screen.
Was I boring you and you had to start playing around?
I wanted to see if there was
your mouse.
I wanted to see if there's any comments. It wasn't. I don't know why I'm surprised, but anyway. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, we might as well talk about college basketball while we're sitting here right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I have the Duke game on, but I can't see the score. They're up by 6, so.
You just gave us a nice shot of your crotch, so thanks for that.
At least I'm wearing pants. So,
bad. No, Jeffrey Toobin or whatever his name is.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's super early in the season, so I don't really know. I mean, right now we're not even playing in conference games, so. But I'm pumped for in-conference games. I'm excited for this basketball season.
These games are like an appetizer, basically, to the real games.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
As long as you're not like Pitt or Virginia where you're losing
to these
games that are supposed to be joke games.
Yeah, so...
But yeah.
Pitt lost to the Citadel, didn't they?
Yeah, Pitt's just not very good.
That's a rough look.
But Virginia is a ranked team.
Someone got to check on Jamari. Yeah, Virginia, that's a tough loss. You can't be losing to Navy.
No, not at home.
Not at any.
Not as a ranked team.
Not at home. Not at Navy. Not anywhere. You shouldn't be losing to Navy, especially Virginia.
Well, I mean that's kind of their thing, though.
That is true.
To lose to bad teams.
My only hope, I just want even if it's the 65th, 66th spot, I really just I would love Carolina to just make the tournament, please.
What's the projection? Are they are they supposed to be decent? Are they supposed to be bad?
They're supposed to be good.
No.
They're not supposed to be great. I kind of like the team. The shooting was awful tonight, but I kind of like.
Well, you always like the team before you see what other teams have. Well, that's the thing about college sports is that there's so many teams that you can't do research to all of them. You can really just focus on your team. So you're just like, well, our team, we look really good.
I gotta say though, I'm wearing the Beat UGA shirt because it's the only team South Carolina can beat ever in basketball. Last year we won. I think we won 2 games in the last 10, maybe even more. It was awful. I went to every one.
Both of them were Georgia.
Both of them were Georgia. One at Georgia and one at home. That was the only home game I saw them win the whole season. was them beating Georgia.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and then
so what's it like? What's the difference between being in the arena this year compared to last year?
So last
year
was
a lot better.
Yeah, it is a lot better. We actually get to sit like on the court, and we're not spread out. Like last year, I got to sit with one other person, and then 4 seats, another 2 people, 4 seats, another 2 people, and they would stagnate that throughout the rows. So that was really annoying, and it didn't help our terrible crowd that doesn't show up for anything. But now it seems like it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, if we could get some, maybe some upset wins, people would actually show up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And there's like 2 sections now. Actually 3. There's like on one side of the court that doesn't have the benches on it, we get the 2 court side, like besides of course the first row, the 2 court side rows. And then and then it's not like last year it was just right behind the basket. That was it. So long story short, it's better.
Gotcha.
I guess you never got in. You never got in last year, right?
We never had fans. No, it was ridiculous. Every home game, like I don't know how they won games at home, because they've always been a team that's good, like home court advantage. But when you don't have fans there, it was literally like just depressing.
Well, if you don't, I mean, I wish if we showed up and pack that stadium would get loud. It's a really, really nice stadium too. That stadium would be popping if people got up on their feet and actually cheered. And I feel like it would really help the team.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
No, I mean, speaking of college and the Gamecocks, I mean, they won this weekend against Florida and stomped them, and the home crowd was electric.
Yeah, our schools are almost the opposite in terms of like basketball and football, because that's the way that our football crowd is. Like if we could pack our stadium, and like the student section is great, but it's the other people that are the problem, that are either not coming to the games or, I mean, for a big game people get up, but for like mediocre games, there's people just don't show up.
Well, it's an easy difference too. It's the SEC versus the Big Ten. Where the SEC...
Also, Maryland's an ACC school that's in the Big Ten.
Yes.
They're not a real Big Ten school.
Yeah. Also, what I didn't realize when I got down here, I don't know why I didn't realize this, the SEC is a big effing deal down here. Mm-hmm. It is huge. There's so much history to it, and so much that, like, there's so much tradition to it that I actually find it really cool. Mm-hmm. I bought it.
It's also cultish.
Oh, it's very cultish. It's SEC. Like, people, I was talking to this about my roommate who's always lived down south and understands this whole SEC thing, and he was like, look, you ask people that live down south what the best league in the world is, and they're like, oh, it's the SEC. SEC's the best league in the world. It's insane. So
I mean, is anyone ever asking that question though?
What the best league now? But like,
what do you think the best league is in the world?
Well, all right, but if you did, they'd say the SEC.
I guess I don't know what I would say.
I don't know either.
Depends. Yeah. I think the NBA is the most well run.
I think that's a good question.
I think the NFL is my favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I also think the NFL freaking has terrible, terrible rules that were displayed all last year. So if we want to transfer to football, I guess now's our chance.
I got nothing left.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, last night's game. I mean, the Bears really this was a screw job.
It was a screw job.
They really got screwed, and I just feel bad for Bears fans and anyone who bet on the Bears, because that was abysmal. That was terrible.
At the end of the game, I remember there was a flag, and Steve Levy, the announcer, was like, well, this will be a story if it's on Pittsburgh. Because, like, the whole game, it was just all ripping the Bears.
2 penalties in Pittsburgh, like, the whole game. Yeah. Until one of the last calls, I think. But, man, it's just, like, and the worst part is Justin Fields finally looked good. Mm-hmm. He finally looked good.
That's the part where if you're a Bears fan, you're like, yeah, like, it sucks. We lost. We even got screwed, but moral victory. And when you have a rookie quarterback, moral victories mean a lot. Like, they're not making the playoffs either way.
No, yeah. And what's nice is they can actually enjoy a moral victory because they actually have a first-round pick this year.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. I think it might be I might be traded to the Giants because of Justin Fields. So, maybe not. But, anyways, major screw job. And speaking of major screw jobs, the wise picks from myself was a major. I'm sorry.
I had a pretty good week.
I would like to apologize to the Cowboys. Actually, no. I want an apology owed to me by the Cowboys. That's what I want because that was completely ridiculous. I was at the Panthers-Patriots game, which was awesome. Well, I could talk about the Panthers Stadium in a little bit, but I don't have to do that right now. And I'm watching the score of this Cowboys game, and I'm just like, all right, the app must be wrong. It's gotta be 30-0 Cowboys, right? And I was looking through the stats, and I was like, it looks like it ain't wrong. This is ridiculous. And then it comes up on the, when you're at NFL games, let's check in on the red zone during the week. And it's just all these Broncos highlights. And I'm just like, all right, well, that's ridiculous.
It was unbelievable. Every time they showed the game on red zone, it was either the Broncos scoring or the Cowboys getting stuffed on like a 4th and 1.
Yeah.
It was one of those games where there's you just can't explain what happened. I don't know if Dak was still banged up or.
That's what I was like. Put in Cooper Rush.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything if he was or if they were worried about him being hurt or anything. It was horrible. I mean, awesome at the same time.
I mean, it was awesome, but terrible for. I mean, I was like, this would be awesome if I didn't freaking pick him. And then I'm looking at the Ravens, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
Another game that they should have lost. They were down. Vikings had them beat in that game. They had.
I'm so sick of the Vikings. I'm so sick of the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I hate the Vikings. After this week, I actually hate the Vikings. And there's nothing. This is another one. I don't know what to say. Like, what you want? I mean, I'm apologizing to the people for these wise picks. That's all I got. The Texans too. Holy shit!
I started Tyrod in one of my fantasy leagues because I was like, he looked good his first 2 games. They're playing Miami, and that did not go well at all.
I thought it was Miami. They should just be able to sleepwalk and beat this team. Especially Tua wasn't even playing. I was gifted points. It didn't make any sense.
So somehow the Texans are actually worse than we thought they were. Which is saying a lot. And actually looks good on Davis Mills because it's not all his fault.
Yeah, Davis would have covered.
Davis is the real winner of the week, I think.
Man, and what was my last pick? No, that was it.
Nah, you covered them.
All right, you cover your picks. Damn,
Raiders, I don't know what happened.
I'll tell you what happened. They're not good. We knew
they
weren't
the point?
Good. Yes.
Because I was slowly coming around.
That's where they get you. They wait until the stragglers start turning around. Yep. Once the stragglers start turning around, they're like, all right, let's lose the Giants.
I think I picked against them twice this year because I had them. I took the Eagles against them, and I remember taking the Steelers against them. Won both games by a lot.
Yep.
So you're right. As soon as I jumped ship, they whooped my ass.
Mm-hmm.
But Falcons, easy. Saints aren't good. And the Packers was a scare because Jordan Love looked like the worst quarterback of all time. But Mahomes stinks and could only score 13 points.
I'm so sick of the Chiefs, bro, too. And now they're on Sunday Night Football, and all we're going to hear about is Patrick Mahomes broken? It's almost worse than him being good. Actually, it's not. It's definitely not worse than him being good.
Not quite.
It's still annoying.
I could not believe how bad Jordan Love looked. I was like, this guy has been in the system for a year and a half now, and they're facing the worst defense in the NFL, and he looked atrocious. Like, if you're a Packer fan, you've got to be sick to your stomach. This is it. This is the year. Like, you have to win the Super Bowl this year, or you're screwed.
Yeah. This, speaking of another team I'm sick of, is I'm sick of the Packers.
Why?
Because now it's the COVID stuff, and it's Aaron Rodgers appealing. Actually, it's just Aaron Rodgers. That guy's just such a turd.
Yeah, no, it's entirely Aaron Rodgers.
He's so annoying.
And Alan Lazard also got fined.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't care. I don't give. How about be vaccinated? And I don't care.
Well, he's immunized.
Yeah, he is. He did his own research. So, God, and then that I'm not saying I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not getting the vaccine. All right, so you're an anti-vaxxer. Like I don't really care what your stance is on the vaccine, but if your job tells you to get the vaccine, you might as well just get it, and then don't bitch about the fines or when you can't play games.
But Joe Rogan told him not to.
Joe Rogan told him not to, so you're right. You're right. You gotta listen to Joe. I should have picked the Browns, by the way. Remember when I said I wanted to pick the Browns?
Picked the Browns. The fans are back on the losing side of things.
What other team did I like? Oh, of course I liked my team. They stomped. Classic. Pats are back, by the way. They're so back.
Are they?
Oh, they're so bad.
I mean, the Panthers are terrible.
I honestly did not think they were that ass cheeks. When I was watching, I was like, holy crap.
Darnold, yeah, it's
garbage.
I hate that they're like
scared.
Our team because the blueprint has just completely fallen apart.
Dude, this team sucks.
Yeah, it's bad. It was funny that didn't Gilmore get a pick though?
Yeah, that was. I mean, and
that's pretty cool.
I was like, he must have remembered that route from practice because he played that route better than the receiver did. He read the crap out of that pick, and Mac just threw it right to him. Mm-hmm. Also, remember what I said about Brandon Bolden a couple weeks ago? I'd like to apologize to Brandon Bolden because he's back. I didn't think it would. I mean, I would not think this would happen. I did not think that any production of Brandon Bolden would ever work, but here it is. So good for him.
This game at the beginning, like I kept wondering because I had just Red Zone on. I was like, isn't this game going on? What's happening? And then they flashed to it probably like a minute later, and they're like, yeah, so this game's happening, and there's been like 4 punts, so you're not missing anything. And then they went right back to whatever game they were showing before. It was
a slosh fest early. A lot of penalties, a lot of punts, until Max strapped it up and started taking it down the field.
Yeah, but the Panthers, I think we were counting our chickens before they hatched.
It's funny, they're still 4-5.
I know,
but they started 3-0. That was the issue.
So they're 1-5.
Yes.
In their last 6.
Also, Pats are officially 1-0. So start to a new season. 1-0. Good stuff. They were 4-4 last week. New season. They're 1-0.
That's not quite how that works.
And if they lose again, it's another new season. So it doesn't back at 0-0.
Well, what happens when they're 8-8 and they have to win?
Nah, the season's just
2 games out of a playoff spot.
Oh wait, then that's the season. It's either 1-0 or 0-0. That's the season. But yeah, start to the new Patriots season. They started a little late compared to everyone else, but they're 1-0.
Yeah, just a bit. They actually might be a playoff team.
Oh, they're more than a playoff team.
All right.
They're ready to mess up some playoff. I'm not saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But they're definitely. I think they can win a playoff game.
Okay.
I'm back.
Not unreasonable.
I'm back.
I'm interested to see how they handle the Browns because I don't know what the hell's going on with the Browns either.
I told you what happened to the Browns. They get rid of cancer, and when you get rid of cancer, you feel a lot better. I just gotta say that.
It's true, but it's just one game.
No,
Continue, you think?
I don't know. I have no idea.
The Bengals just lost the Jets. So are they not good?
There's a lot of questions coming from this week because I don't know if this can keep up. I mean, the Browns are a different team every single week, it seems like.
I know.
The Bengals, they just lost 2 in a row to the Jets, and then they got curb stomped by their division rival. And then the freaking Jaguars won this week.
Yeah, I can't believe we didn't even get to that yet. You guys are only half a game out of the division.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware. The reason why we got to it is because the only thing that happened was Josh Allen. Both of them. Josh
Twitter
Allen
was like so excited about. That's one of those things that NFL fans. It's like the scoregami where everyone just rallies around and it's like, let's go. Well, Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen, and then he intercepted Josh Allen.
Yes.
And then he recovered a fumble from Josh Allen.
It was
and everyone's just
awesome.
like, yes, this is so cool.
Normally, I hate that stuff. I don't know, because I just like, I just get annoyed by it. But I was a big fan of this.
Well, it's nice when NFL fans can actually like agree on something. That's why scoregami is so cool.
Oh, because
everyone's rooting for one thing at once.
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna have a hot take that's like, well, scoregami sucks.
So, you know what's the best part about this whole game?
What?
The Jaguars haven't won in America in 420 days. And the score ended 6-9. It's pretty legendary.
The most American thing ever.
Yeah. And the Josh Allen stuff happened.
Welcome back. Yeah.
That's a great.
What a terrible game, though.
Oh, I know. I'm sure if I was watching Red Zone at home, the only thing I would have seen were the Josh Allen plays.
It was on Red Zone way too much. Like, both of the teams were constantly in the red zone. I don't know what happened. There were no touchdowns.
All right. We need to talk about the Titans because I feel like no one else is. And at some point, we just got to say that they're good.
Yeah.
They can't go and beat the Bills, Chiefs, Colts, and Rams all in a row, and like they're good. And they already beat the Seahawks. The only black eye in their schedule is they lost to the Jets.
They lost to the Jets.
They lost.
That's why the NFL is so stupid. Because how do you can't even comprehend it.
You know why? They didn't have any wide receivers.
I guess. But they won at the Rams without the best running back in the NFL.
I don't know. You know what's funny?
Like it didn't affect them.
Then the Saints, they roll up next week with the facing the Saints. Like if they beat the Saints, this is going to be a great run of all these. These are good teams that they're beating.
I think the Saints are going to beat them.
I'm not even looking at it.
I think the NFL is that stupid.
Oh no, they have to lose at some point.
Yeah.
Just because of the NFL. But, I mean, they'll lose on November 28th, so that's all that matters.
Sure.
It's when they play the Patriots, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Schedule. As if I couldn't have figured that one out.
I was just,
my own.
I was just pointing it out. Yeah, no, this is, I don't know what to do with the Titans, and no one's putting them on top of their power rankings, and I don't know why. Besides the Cardinals, which I guess the Cardinals are for real too.
I love Colt McCoy so much.
Also, this Niners team. All right, we need to talk about how Kyle Shanahan is the biggest boob of all time. This guy stinks, man.
I think he's ran his course.
Yeah, I think he's done.
There's a legitimate chance that
the next person that calls him a genius should get fired.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of worn off of that, I would think, at this point.
No, we've been well on the train of that, but especially you've been down on these Niners for a while, but this was the nail in the coffin.
Because I've seen teams that have one really good year, and then either they just take a step back naturally, or in this case, there were a bunch of injuries. So now people were thinking it was the same team from 2 years ago, just because they had a bunch of injuries last year. When that's not how it works.
If you take out that Super Bowl run, what has Kyle Shanahan ever done? Besides coach a team that blew a 28-point lead,
nothing.
Nothing.
It's almost worse that he made that Super Bowl just because he blew that one too.
Yeah, I know. He didn't even win it. He went all the way there and didn't even win it. Oh, man. Dude, and I should have picked the Chargers too. I hate my wise picks.
Maybe think more next time because this week was just gut reactions.
But when I think, it doesn't help either.
The math doesn't help. I mean,
math. Is it time
helps.
to go back to math?
I think it's math. It's time for a math relapse.
I don't even know how we use math. I can't remember.
Well, math is easy to use. So
I'll never actually real math.
No, it's real math. I'll give you some real math. I'm bringing out the books. The calculator's coming out. I'm not missing on these picks. Definitely not going 0 for 3 again.
I mean,
I think if I go 0 for 3, I should have some punishment, right? I something.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I gotta pressure myself to not get 0 and 3 again. Because if I get 0 3 again, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'll figure it out between here and next week.
We should put you in the stocks and have all the listeners throw tomatoes at you.
Oh, okay.
That seems reasonable.
Like a reasonable punishment. I agree.
Punishment fits the crime.
It does. I think it does. And then they yell, "Fool! Fool!" Oh man! All right.
You're 7 under 500.
Shut up!
Get a grip.
Dude, I'm trying my best out here.
I'm looking at our records and I'm like, all right, I'm 500. Like, that's nothing special, but
I'm trying my best here.
And then I look at our total record and I'm like, how is it that bad if, like, I'm doing okay? There's just one other person picking.
You know what's the worst part? Is every single game I say I like, it wins, it covers! Every other game I don't pick
Should we expand
covers.
The picks then? And we'll just pick, like, every game?
No, that's just cheating.
How about this time write them down? And then we'll look at it and we'll see.
What do you mean write them down? Write down all the ones I like too.
Write down the ones you like. And then we'll see if it's just like you're picking the wrong ones that you like.
Alright, that's fair. Alright, and I'll do it before the episode, so it's no cheating involved. Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because we need to troubleshoot here.
Something's wrong.
Doesn't make me happy either.
No, I'm sure it doesn't. Something's wrong. So, all right, let's do a quick Google before we talk about him. Nope, OBJ is not signed anywhere. He's the worst, man. He is the worst.
You said this was gonna happen though.
Yeah, but I thought at least he'd sign.
Yes,
He's been a free agent for 7 hours now. Come on, man. Like, don't you know how free agency works? This stuff happens fast.
Yeah, that's true.
And of course,
usually it's like you would think it's even agreed upon before.
That's what I thought. I was like, he just won't get claimed, and he'll already have a deal. I was thinking literally at 4:00 when he's a free agent.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like 10 minutes later he'd be signing somewhere.
Patriots are number 4 on the list of potential suitors.
I don't even want him.
You said last time that
I know. I mean, of course, if he gets signed, of course I'm gonna be all in. But
you also did say he was a cancer, and that the Patriots are already a playoff win team. So
yeah, that's why I saw this weekend. I was like, we don't need him. Who cares? We already have 2 tight ends that we don't utilize. We might as well just keep them.
That's true.
We have 2 tight ends that one I don't think has gotten like 8 catches all year, but the other one's been good. Which is, by the way, the wrong one you drafted in fantasy.
I'm well aware. It's all right. I have Pat Freiermuth now.
Good pickup.
My team looks like they're at full strength this week.
Mine's on
a hot boys back.
I've been on a hot streak.
I have not at all.
And now I'm facing the worst kid in the league, so I know I'm losing.
If I can get Chris Carson back this week, and as long as Aaron Rodgers plays too,
Russ is back.
then I will be set.
Oh, I guess other news. Russ is back. Love me some Russ.
Oh, I forgot that Russ.
Honestly, I forgot
about the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, because they played the Jags 2 weeks ago, and now they have a bye, so we basically had 2 weeks without talking about them.
Yeah, I don't think we said a word about that Jaguars game.
I don't think we did either. But they're hanging around. They're 3-5.
Yeah, they're really not good.
The NFC sucks though.
They do. The Falcons are in the playoffs right now. The Falcons are the 7th seed at 4-4. Yes.
Yeah,
they are.
At 4-4. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
NFC is super top heavy.
Yeah, which is weird. Which is not what I expected. I knew that the East would be bad. The West was supposed to be the best division of football. The South.
Oh, and look at
I guess maybe not. Maybe that was the AFC.
Look at the AFC. Everyone in the AFC West has 5 wins. Everyone in the AFC North has 5 or more wins. The Titans have 7. 2 people have 5 in the East. I mean, AFC's loaded.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a good team out. The Bengals are in last place of the division. They were first in the NFL 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, honestly.
So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a good ending to this season.
Yeah, this is a fun season. This is like what the NFL dreams of, at least on the AFC side.
Oh yeah.
Where like they say their goal is for everyone, like if everyone was 8-8, that would be.
I think everyone in the AFC West might end 8-8.
It seems like it.
I always forget about that extra game.
Yeah, it really does throw everything off.
Also, no one could go 8-8, so it's stupid.
I know. Well, if half the teams were 9-8 and half were 8-9, then I guess that would be.
It'd be perfect.
That'd be good for them.
You know what really stinks? Just previewing next week is that we have to watch the Chiefs in prime time again.
Yeah, and they're favored again.
Yeah,
that's the Raiders.
Well, it's the Raiders though.
I know, but
we're not making picks yet. You got time.
I don't like that game at all.
No, that's a.
For some reason, I have the odds for next week already pulled up.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're out, but the OBJ will change one of those odds drastically. So.
Drastically, you think?
Just because OBJ. You know how Vegas is.
It's true. The best thing about this week was that I didn't have to watch my team play.
I was about to say.
And we didn't have to talk about them, so.
I was about to say. Big revenge game for Heineke again. He's ready.
Cool.
He's ready to win it this time.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess dude, and then we had to see Rams 49ers on Monday. Ugh. And the Thursday night game sucks.
It does suck.
Bad week for football. I'm looking at these games. The Vikings Chargers, that's just the same team facing each other. And I guess Packers Seahawks if Rodgers plays, that's good. And then Browns Pats. That's all we got, really. Oh, and Titans Saints. That'll be good.
Why are we doing this? We're getting.
I don't know. I don't know what we are doing, but because we got nothing to talk about with OBJ too. All right. Well, I think that does it then. Right? Anything we missed?
I think we're good.
All right.
Caden's still not a wizard, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just see you have the picture of him sent in the chat, so that's on you. That every time we're recording, I know, but you had to send a picture of him. So now every time we're recording and I have the Discord pulled up, there
I'll just be like, look what uniform he's in, because he's not in the Wizards one.
I know.
That one.
I just said that he's not.
I know. All right. And also, all right, I guess we could mention this. They said that the Celtics are interested in a Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown swap.
I saw that.
I will jump out a window.
Oh, I hope that happens so much.
You know how angry I will be. I don't think I could. I think I would be in a Celtics depression. I honestly might have to stop following the team if they do.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
Remember in SpongeBob when Patchy the Pirate finds the lost recording of the SpongeBob episode, and then it's just him walking, he freaks out. And he takes everything down. That'd be me. I take all my Celtics gear. I'm over it, taking everything down. And I would just, all my jerseys, all my everything, all my hats, sweatshirts, ruined.
I think I would buy you a Ben Simmons jersey.
If you buy me a Ben Simmons jersey, I'd burn it in front of you. If he's ever on the, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. It's just, I saw that.
There's no way that that's real.
No, it's not. I saw people, like Boston people were like, nah, that ain't real. but the photoshops alone make me angry. I'm seeing it on my Instagram feeds. Philly fans are texting me. I'm hating it.
Oh no.
If it ever happens, it will not be a fun podcast for anyone involved.
I don't think I would even want to record.
It would be me. It is solo recording.
Just send your jersey in the mail and call it a day.
Oh my god, I would be so livid. so livid. Alright, I guess let's end the pod there. That's all I got.
On a positive note.
On a positive note. Alright.